So we are here at the DJ Mag Best of British Awards, joined by winners of Best Club Event, Just Jack. How's it going, boys?
Yeah,
it's good. Very good. Very good. Yeah. Having a whale of a time, yeah.
And how's, looking back over the year 2012, pretty amazing stuff for you guys, culminating in winning this award. Any kind of specific highlights of the year?
There's been a lot, but I think we'd like to think of it more as a culmination of the last 7 years of what we've been doing, really. This year's definitely been good. We've done a lot of good parties, big ones, festivals, things like that, but it's really been like a slow and steady rise for us. It hasn't just been this year being really special, and it's really nice to get the award in this year because we've definitely felt like something's changed. We've definitely taken a step up, but I think it's been just a really good 7 years. So we're happy. We've had a whale of a time, and we're hoping to do many more similar.
And you said there, stuff has kind of moved forward for you over the last 7 years. How has stuff evolved for Just Jack? Looking back at those kind of early days.
I think we were just doing kind of back rooms and after parties to begin with, and then we kind of moved to doing our own parties, and suddenly
it's small. I think our first party we probably got 30 people on a little boat, and it wasn't even really called Just Jack. It was like a tester because there wasn't really any house music in Bristol at the time. It's hard to believe that now, looking at this awards with it seems like everyone here is from Bristol, but at the time there was kind of nothing, and we just sort of took it slowly, bit by bit, and then all of a sudden we were just putting on these really big parties, and everyone was loving it, and we've been really lucky with our crowd. I think that's the key for us, is that we've always had a really good crowd, and everyone who comes to Bristol to visit always says the same thing as well, like, wow, everyone here is, they're up for it, and they're lovely, and they're, cheering at the right times, just constantly in a good mood, and that's kind of...
I think people don't expect it really when they come to Bristol.
Yeah.
They don't expect kind of the crowd to be like that or the DJs to be like that, and we get guests, and people don't actually realise the guests that we've had over the years. We've literally had everyone. And it's only been in the last year or so that we've been getting a little bit more recognition, and you speak to people and they're like, oh, who you had play for you, or what you've been doing, and you start reeling out who we've had over the years, and what we've done, and people are like, fuck, you've done that in Bristol, and it's pretty incredible, because at the moment in Bristol is obviously
amazing, yeah.
House music's huge, and you'll see tonight, there's a lot of people here.
Yeah, I was going to say, we've obviously got Bashmore winning Best Single, Eats winning Best DJ. Bristol is more and more becoming that kind of hub of house, of techno music, and you guys are a part of that. How is the scene at the moment for you?
I feel at the moment in Bristol like there's something really special happening. When I'm a sucker for these sort of overly emotional documentaries about sort of Paradise Garage and stuff like that in New York. And I'm not saying like I'm not even remotely. No. Let me clarify. I'm not comparing it to that, because those guys but I love watching them, and I see everyone talking about like it feeling special at the time. And obviously I'm not saying Bristol's like that, but it's got the same feeling of it feels special there at the moment. There's a really, we feel like we're a part of something, and it's just really nice.
There's a real community at the moment, kind of.
And we know Bashmore, we know Eats, we're good friends with sort of everyone in the scene, and it's lovely. It's really, really nice at the moment. It's amazing.
And so what about looking at next year? What does 2013 hold for you guys? Any kind of big plans you let us in on?
To be honest, we're so disorganised that we literally we had this question probably at our last Just Chat meeting. We don't really know. There's a label in the pipeline. There's an agency hopefully in the pipeline, and there's more.
Things are moving
forward, but at the moment we don't really know. We're just going to always take steps forward. Yeah. Party-wise, we're going to keep doing the same thing. We might do some smaller shows actually. To kind of take it back to Jack, as we've been coining it. Yeah, see what we did there. Yeah, so take it back to Jack and kind of take it a little bit more underground, I guess. Sort of single DJ shows, longer sets. Some of the old legends from maybe America, and just try and we don't want to do the same things over and over again. So we're going to try and sort of keep pushing forward with it.
I mean, that's something else I was going to say. You are really, at the kind of forefront of the Bristol kind of, movement, if you want to call it that, really. And are there any kind of names that you're looking to, like local up and comers that we maybe haven't seen yet, that we should keep an eye on?
There's loads. We get asked this a lot, and we always forget, and we always get sort of like told off by our mates who we haven't mentioned. So there are literally hundreds of them. The Idle Hands crew in Bristol are doing really good things. The like Falling Up crew. There's a lot of like different crews who are all doing their thing that's amazing, but we're all kind of collectively friends and collectively into the same stuff. And we've got a lot of sort of like friends who are doing really good things. I've been on a sort of booze cruise limo here for the last 2 hours, so I can't remember them, and I wouldn't want to stitch myself up by mentioning a couple, but there's a lot of people in Bristol doing good things.
It's not just that. I mean, there was just like kind of the kids. I say the kids. Fucking hell, makes me feel old. Yeah, but no, there's so many people actually really into it and making amazing music in Bristol now. There's from students, people. There's just so many people, and kind of getting demos and music the whole time, and it's really exciting. It actually is really exciting at the moment because people have latched onto it, and it's a very creative city.
And what do you think, like, for those that haven't been to Just Jack, is there, a few words that you can really sum it up? Like, what makes it stand out from other parties around? I
think it's pretty much, it's totally just the atmosphere. And I know that sounds a little bit like generic and maybe a bit sort of cheesy, and everyone would say that, but we kind of go to town with weird decorations, and we've never done it for the money really. So we've always been happy to, like, if we've got a spare £1,000 to spend it on some ridiculous performer that's going to bring a snake and do some weird like topless dance or something strange that only like 10 people will see or something. But it kind of puts everyone, I hope, in the mindset where they can just really let loose, and they feel like, you know what, no one here gives a shit. Like, it's not one of those nights where you're gonna like be elbowy at the bar or like have any of that crap, and it's just everyone just gets on, chucks their hands in the air, smiles a lot, and like wolf whistles when a good tune drops, and that's basically it, isn't it?
That even that statement, the fact that you are looking for people to really leave it all at the door, really have a good time. That's Paradise Garage. That's all those old school parties, man.
It's really important to us. I think we've always said it's like we play serious music in a not so serious manner.
Yeah, I think
like you can have your music policy can be really serious, and like you can book amazing DJs, but at the end of the day, it's about the atmosphere and the party, and people have got to feel comfortable and come down, and we don't want it to be, I don't know.
I'd like to think, because Dan and I are DJs, and when we set it up, it was always an intention that we'd have an outlet to play records at, and so we've been the residents from the beginning, and I think because of that, it's more than breaking even or more than it being full. I've never really cared as long as there was that moment on the dance floor where everyone just goes nuts, because in a kind of like egotistical way, hopefully that'll happen when I'm DJing, and then I'll feel like I'll feel amazing for the next week, and I won't in a year's time I won't remember the fact that we didn't make any money, or the club were like annoyed at us because we were disorganized, or whatever the other problems can come with running a club night. All we'll remember is that moment where everyone was like, yeah,
so and so dropped that tune,
and that's it, and it's just like it still makes me feel like a kid again.
Last tune of the night is
we've got some special ones. We've had some special
seriously
ones.
He's got some really special records for the end of the night, and those are like special moments for us. We get all of the Just Jack crew in the DJ booth, and Tom will play some like re-edit of something.
Take that tune.
Take that, like something really silly, and it's just and that's kind of, we've been playing really kind of serious techno and house music all night, and then you just get those moments where you kind of break from that and just have a bit of fun, and that's what it's all about. It's all about fun. So
well, I mean, nice one, guys. It's been wicked. Personally, I've been to some of your nights, and it's been an amazing time for me, and more of the same next year, guys. So thanks for taking the time out, and congrats on all.
Cheers. Thank you very much, mate.
At Point Blank Online, you've got two methods of interaction with your tutor. Firstly, you've got the weekly online masterclass, which is in real time. And then also we've got feedback on your assignments, and that's known as DVR. So the online masterclass is a 1-hour session you get with your tutor every week. You can ask questions about the lesson content and get instant feedback, and also demonstrations on the fly from their computer desktop with our streaming technology. DVR stands for Direct Video Response, and the concept is really simple. You upload your Ableton Logic or Cubase project file to your tutor. He downloads it and then pushes record on the screen capturing software and evaluates your work. So basically giving you one-to-one feedback. You see all of the mouse movements and any parameter changes made by your tutor. It's kind of like sitting in the studio over their shoulder watching what they're doing whilst they work. We have found the DVR process has truly revolutionized the way that we teach online, and the results speak for themselves. Book your place on a course now by visiting pointblankonline.net.